What up, everybody? This is Bonzo, and I wanted to do actual video instead of a live for this progress update. I realized that it's been I think a week or so since my last progress update, so I've been meaning to get one of these out. And the purpose of this update that I wanted to get into was comparing my mythic black hole digester to my mythic galaxy compressor. So I had always heard, like, when you're in mid game or early game, the galaxy compressor is going to be more beneficial as compared to black hole digester being late game. So I have these shown on the video here, but you'll see the battle reports. Like, for example, if you look at the one where it says tier 8 wave 9792, and if I compare that to, let me go to my stats here. You'll see tier 8 9927. So this is, so this is from another run, and then you'll see 7.93 trillion. What I have found is that the galaxy compressor, it helps me farm longer into runs, so I get more cells. I also have a 39-second or 49-second uptime on my black hole. So getting the galaxy compressor keeps it pretty much perma, which of course helps me last a little bit longer. But I'm actually finding that my coin income has gone down. It's usually about 1 trillion less per run. So let's say like 12 to 15% lower. And I think the reason for that is, if you look at my ultimate weapons, I already have pretty short cooldowns on these. Golden Tower, Black Hole, Death Wave. Minute 40 and 50 seconds respectively. And so because of the short cooldown, like, they're popping pretty often. And when you're doing these runs, as you get farther in the runs, you start to get a lot more free upgrades through your perks. And my base free upgrades is already at like 60-ish. No, 55, excuse me. Oh, I know it's at 60, but right now I have a different card on because I took off the free upgrades. It's about 65, 66%. And what I've realized is that for my farming runs, I need to change the order of my perks to auto pick, not necessarily, let's say, defensive percentage or the health regen, because these will come. But I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to move free upgrades all the way up to right here. And then I'm going to do the black hole duration. And the reason for that is the quicker you can get free upgrades in your run with the black hole digester, the quicker you're going to be able to start making more coins, just because of the unique ability of the black hole digester. So Gcomp mythic, I get 17-second cooldown reduction, which is great. But on the mythic black hole digester, I get 7% extra coins a kill for each free upgrade you get on the wave. So by the end of the run, when you're at like 90% free upgrades and you're getting them almost every run, when you get a wave skip, sometimes you get double, you'll see that your coins per minute goes up substantially. So, for example, when I do these long runs, I'll notice that my when I use the black hole digester, like late in tier 8 and tier 9, I'll get near 20 billion a minute in income. But when I use the galaxy compressor, it'll max out at about 12 to 15 billion a minute. Now, this does give me more survivability, as well as it helps me with farming earlier before I get all these perks, as you saw through my auto pick ranking. But what I've surmised from all this, and the little piece of value I wanted to share on this update right from the beginning, is black hole digester is good. No, excuse me. Galaxy compressor is good if you're early to mid game, where you might have relatively long cooldowns on your ultimates, as well as you don't necessarily have a black hole digester better upgraded. However, when you have fairly low cooldowns on your golden tower, black hole, death wave, and let's say you've got permanent black hole, and then you have decent free upgrades, some free upgrade enhancement, and then you do what I just switched here with putting your free upgrades as a relatively early auto pick, you're going to see a bit more coin income from the Black Hole Digester. Which is why I see so many people say that it makes sense that it's something you transition to as you get farther along in the game. Of course, there's no hard and fast rule on when to do the transition, but if you have the a Black Hole Digester and a Galaxy Compressor at the same level, like same Mythic, for example, do some tests. Make sure that you're giving your Galaxy or your Black Hole Digester a fair upgrade here by letting it have the free ups in the auto pick, so it can get more of those, more of that income faster. Now, a little bit of other updates here that I want to jump into is I have been set on gold boxing my Golden Tower duration, my reroll shards, Golden Tower bonus I might take a break from, but then also my enemy level skips. The enemy level skips are so good for both farming as well as tournament runs. Just getting a little bit extra on those helps immensely. So these will be finished out in a few days. Then I'm going to go back to doing coin income labs. But for the time being, what my main objective is I'm trying to be able to hit the milestone of tier 15 level 300 and then getting to wave 100 on tier 16. The reason being is my most important need right now are reroll shards. And once you start getting to like legendary and mythic modules, the reroll shards really, they become a highly sought after asset. So just getting level 1 of cash mastery, that's the goal for me right now. So what I've been doing is, you'll notice I've got a bit of coins here. I'm going to spend these on my tournament live later. But I'm coming in here to the workshop, and I'm not getting enhancements, but I'm simply buying more workshop upgrades. So I've got a pretty good starting level skip, which is great. But I've been more maxing out like defensive stats, trying to get more levels into damage and offensive stats, for pretty much the main reason of, when I'm in tournaments, I'm running a project funding, and I want to give my tower as much cash as possible so it can really increase the multiplier on my damage. If you play with project funding, you'll notice that sometimes you'll spend like $1 million or $2 million on your damage upgrades, and you might go from like 30 billion to then like 31. But then once the cash is gone, you'll drop down to like 26 billion in damage. And that hurts. That really hurts in tournaments. So it's a fine line to balance. And the more that you can get in your workshop means the better you'll do in tournaments. As well as then when you do milestone runs, the better you will do there. Because of course, the more cash you can save means the more damage that you can do. And this will be something that I illustrate on a tournament run later today when I live stream that. But the project funding, it talks about how it gives you the multiplier based on your current number of digits of cash. Even if you've got like 8 figures of cash, it'll still keep increasing as your cash increases, even though technically your digits aren't increasing. However, it's a bit of a diminishing return from what I've seen. And what I mean by that is, once you get to 7 digits or 7 figures by getting to $1 million in cash, if you spend that $1 million, it's going to be a pretty significant drop in your damage boost from the project funding. Much more so than if you drop your cash from 2 million to 1 million. So keep that in mind. And that's what I'm going to try later today is when I do this tournament. Of course, finding a balance, but when it starts to get a little bit sketchy in the tournament, I will save up a couple million, and then I'll just keep my cash above $1 million so I can constantly keep a pretty good passive on my project funding. Yeah, if you look here, I got this Dimension Quarter Mythic on my last live, actually, so that was kind of a miracle. I keep getting these silly magnetic hooks, and I'm saving up reroll shards because I really want to get the Mythic Death Wave quantity, and then all of these stats in Mythic as well. But considering I've spent like 150,000 reroll shards on this, and I don't even have all Ancestral here, My death penalty needs some work. Reroll shards really are the name of the game, and so that's why I'm trying to invest as much as I can into my workshop, get that up, and then I'll move into pushing for tier 16 level 100 so I can start getting some masteries, and then get back to the fun stuff, the enhancements, the coins, you name it. Let me show you a bit of my tournament history. Tonight is going to be a Champions League run because I keep falling back. I had a few weeks where I stayed in Legends, but then I got, as you see, 130 waves here on the 7th of June. Got really good in Champions, and then Legends, I barely missed the cut. And so the improvement that I had from the tournament on the 7th to the 14th was me putting trillions of coins into my workshop. So I would not underestimate your workshop. If you're still an early to mid-game player like me and you're just getting into Legends and kind of flirting around, obviously getting more damage labs and more damage enhancements is important. However, I would also focus on getting your workshop as leveled up as you can, just so that then when you start in a game, you can get to max upgrades, and if you have project funding, of course, then you can let your cash sit and grow and give you more of a bonus. Let me show you some stats here. Lifetime coins are now 398 trillion, so it keeps increasing. I've really noticed an increase since I started doing more research on my golden tower, and how I want to keep progressing through the game is I, of course, want to do some walls so I can keep farming longer, but my plan is I'm saving up my stones for the 500 stone cash mastery, but then I'm going to buy this next ultimate weapon, and then I'm going to buy the 2 following, so yes, I will get stone packs, but then once I have those, I'm going to just keep investing into Golden Tower Plus, because with my duration getting a bit longer, you really need Golden Tower Plus to start getting some of those high level upgrades and high level enhancements. And that's really, I think, the next step for me, so I can keep then enhancing, growing my tower, get ready for all the coins that I'm going to need for higher wall upgrades, as well as higher level enhancements, and then eventually these module coin costs, which I know are going to get pretty spicy. So Golden Tower duration, I'm going to gold box this. Golden Tower bonus, it's got 10 more levels and it's starting to get so long that what my plan is I'm going to then, I think, start moving this to my normal coins per kill. And then when I get these enemy level skips done, I'm going to just go down to the next thing, which is my, I know it says right there, Death Wave, but it's going to be Black Hole coin bonus. I know this is a long upgrade, but because I have pretty much permanent Black Hole, it would be very beneficial for me to get a few more points in the coin bonus here. And then I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to do this Black Hole Disable Ranged. I know it's a very long lab, but when you have permanent Black Hole, this is kind of the next step that'll help your survivability. So those will be long labs, but I'm at the point now where I've been able to keep 4 labs at 3 times speed, and then 1 at a 4 times speed. I have seen a significant increase in cell income since getting the Galaxy Compressor, because it gives me more pops on my Death Wave. And my Death Wave has a 2.1 times cell multiplier, which really helps as, of course, right now I just have 3 normal waves on it. And on a normal run, I'll still get good cells, but having more pops on the Galaxy Compressor with a Death Wave is really a benefit. But yeah, that's really my update. Just short, sweet, to the point. I wanted to talk a bit about my tests on the Galaxy Compressor and the Black Hole Digester. I got super lucky with this. Like, I got all 4 of these mythic substats and I think 35,000 reroll shards. So thank you, Fuds. I appreciate the luck. I know I just spent all of it on this. And I'm unfortunately going to be going back to using my Black Hole Digester, which I assume will give me even more coins because I just now switched on my auto pick to prioritize free upgrade chance. So that's going to mean that I really get a good bonus here. But yeah, I'm going to get this posted. I will see you guys on for the live this evening. If you have any feedback or questions, always drop them in. Happy to help out. And yeah, on the live today, I'll do some module pulls and maybe some reroll. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching. Peace.